everybody, this is Taff en route and we are on the way to Port Vale. First game of September, I'd say for the league. We've had a pretty decent August, pretty decent start, winning 3 out of 3 at home, getting a good draw at Exeter. The only drawback obviously being, nice one Phil, the only drawback really being the result at Mansfield on the opening day. Obviously the Cups, we were looking good at first after beating Cambridge 4-1, but the last game was Oxford, which we got ourselves pumped by clearly the better team. So yeah, that was a shame, but let's get back to our bread and butter here. Let's get back to the league. Port Vale have had a bit of an up and down start, although they've had a good start at home. So I think it's a matter of not taking them lightly. But then at the same time, we got to fancy ourselves, of course. And I've got the big man next to me. I'm doing the driving today. The big man's having a day off. Phil, if you got anything to add to what I just said.
It's all about the league.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And as long as we come back with something today, I'll be more than happy.
Yeah.
Obviously a win would be a bonus, but if you come back with a point, that's more than happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, an away point is always a good point. You know, as long as we play well, you know, when we battle to try and win, and we come away with a point, I'm going to be happy with that. And personally, there's particular players I'd like to see play today, particular players I'd like to see put back on the bench from the last game. The obvious one has got to be Ammon's got to start this one, which I'd imagine 99.9% certain that he will do. Lloyd's in the back, trying to hide. Lean forward, Lloyd, and give us your piece. Well, obviously we just mentioned Ammon. Do you think it's important that Ammon starts today?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's one of our best players. He's very intelligent. He knows where to put the ball.
Yeah.
Like, passing his work rate is probably the best in our team as well, as he just doesn't stop running.
And that's an important thing in League 2, isn't it? Work rate. And if players work hard, you know, we'll see the benefits for it.
And we want Harris to start with him.
Definitely.
Harris has to start, yes.
Yeah. The same team I've finished against Grimsby.
Definitely.
Yeah. So,
I personally think that financially we cocked up against on Tuesday night. We should have started with our strongest side. We didn't. That's all gone now. But when you go and see the draw, which I don't understand, how can we draw Man City, but people are saying we would have got Wickham? Don't understand that.
Right, I think the reason behind that is because the numbers are given based on alphabetical order. So Oxford are in a different part, obviously start with O in a different part of the alphabet. We wouldn't have got given the same number as Oxford, so we wouldn't have drawn Man City because we wouldn't have had that number, basically.
Right, I beggar's belief, I just can't understand it. I thought when you draw somebody, that was it. But I'm old school. Thank you for explaining it.
No, it's okay. But so obviously we mentioned Hammond. Nick Townsend got an outing against Oxford and conceded 3. Many believe that he wasn't at fault for any of the 3 goals. Do you think it was a mistake to start him and not Joe Day?
Yeah. Well, you've got to give him game time, and obviously with Joe playing as he is, he ain't going to get much time. So Flynn has obviously looked at it. Yes, it's important, but the league, it's a thing, and he decided to give him a game, which, yes, I agree with. But in my football terms, you start with your strongest side.
Yeah.
And if I'd have been Gavin Foxwell, chairman of the club, and I was thinking about the pound notes, I would have said, put your strongest side out.
Yeah.
If we get into a position where we would have got in front or a couple of goals in front, then make the changes. But as Hammond is already stated, he doesn't want to be on the bench.
No.
He wants to play every game.
Absolutely.
But Flynn is in charge. We have to go by what he does. He'll live by his results.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate, but yeah, Day has got to start.
I said on Taff's word last night, obviously Flynn's the one that picks the team, and to be honest with you, I've been happy with everything that he's done since he took over. I mean, the Great Escape, a great season last year with a great cup run, and now we've had a really good start to this one. You know, his recruitment's been good. He's this stupid thing keeps falling all over the place. So the recruitment's been good. His tactics are good. Anyway, we're in League Two. We can't expect to win every game in Newport County, where we got sort of an average budget for the league. You know, so there's no expectation hyped on us. But the moment we start doing well, the expectation it goes up so much, and people are just expecting wins every week. And when we don't get a win, they act like there's something wrong. If we get the win, everyone's happy. If we don't get the win, everyone's peed off. When everyone's moaning, the negativity comes out. I mean, we had some negativity from the Oxford game. Yeah, fair enough. People are saying that we should have played a stronger team, and I completely get that. But at the end of the day, the onus is on Flynn, and if him and the chairman have had a word following that because we didn't seize the opportunity to make more money, then hopefully those words have been had, and then come the FA Cup, the same mistakes won't happen again. Hopefully also, because we've still got the Checker Trade Trophy now. I know not a lot of people are really going to take that really seriously, but I think there's money to be made on that. 10 grand a win, I think you've got to take that seriously.
And it's winnable.
Yeah, we're in a group that, we got Plymouth at home. Plymouth are playing badly in League One at the moment. I don't think they're going to prioritise this trophy. They're going to put a weak team out against us. And
Swindon ain't doing that good.
Swindon have had a bit of an uneven start of the season. I think we could go there and get the win midweek. The only team that bothers me is the Chelsea under-23s, because they're a bit of a class act, and the under-23 teams have got a bit more motivation because they want to shine against senior teams to show they're ready for their senior football. So that's the only thing I don't like about the under-23 teams being in it, other than the fact that they shouldn't be in there in the first place. It should be a competition between the teams in League One and League Two. An extra bit of silverware up for grabs for us, because you're not going to get big cup runs, often. So we want a cup that we can compete in and have a chance of getting to a final, have a chance of getting to Wembley and all that. So I hope that we take it seriously. Lincoln did pretty well out of it, because they've had the money to sign players like John Akindi off the back of a good run in that competition. That's not all the money that they've got, of course. Their attendances are through the roof at the moment, so that's a big part of where their ability to bring in high-paid players comes from. And I think we could be doing with taking some tips from Lincoln, if I'm being honest, because it's quite mad how they went from having 1,500 home fans in the conference to having 7,000 home fans in League Two, just off the back of a good season and a cup run. I mean, we've had good seasons and cup runs, but then our attendance has increased from, I'd say, about 1,200 back in the days of Spitty Park during the 2011-2012 drab season. It ended well with a trip to Wembley and staying up and everything like that. We were having 1,200 on average home fans, and now we're at a point where we're getting 3 to just below 3,000. So we're getting a steady increase. I think bringing the kids along is a big part of that. But we do need to take some tips from Lincoln, I think, just to see how they manage to sustain that overnight attendance increase. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, well, that's another thing altogether, the attendances, isn't it? We're fifth in the table, we're still getting the average crowds. Obviously, as you say, if we had got Man City, we wouldn't have done what we had done. We'd have had 10,000 in there. But it's a good job we got a good set of supporters who turn out every week. And if it is 2,800, 3,000, then we can only do what we can do. But it's a good job we got those, because if we didn't, we wouldn't have a club.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Well, we're thankful for what we got, but a big part of it is the fact that there's so many competitive Saturday leagues in Newport and the surrounding area. Obviously, the Welsh leagues are quite extensive and complicated, and the Gwent County leagues the same, and they all play on Saturdays. Do you think that has an effect, because that's basically you've got the players who play in those leagues, plus you've got the people who go and watch them, and they're their potential fans for the county. Do you think that plays a part in it?
At the end of the day, football's not cheap anymore. It's an expensive game, and going away, as we know, people can't afford it, and there's a lot of people coming back off on their holidays, and schools going back. It's all money, and if you're passionate, you go for it.
Yeah.
If your pocket says you can't go, you can't go. And it's the same with the rugby. I mean, the rugby Dragons were getting, I can remember they're getting 7,000, 8,000 every week. They're only getting just 3,000 or 4,000. Where's that other 3,000 gone? It's exactly the same with the football. It's not a cheap day out anymore.
No.
But it's only the passion of the love of your club that keeps people like us and all the regulars who go keep going.
Yeah.
And the club have got to accept that and look at other avenues, i.e. like the Bar Amber, which I think, as far as Rob Sanchez and his people who got that going, is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And long may it last.
Yeah, I think there's a few other names we want to mention with that. You know, who we know are putting the work in for to make this place work. You know, you've got the likes of Ryan Courtney, Darren Bourne, Chris Thomas, Andy Lloyd, and Bob Herring.
I
Mike
fully
Everett.
agree with that.
Yeah.
But it took Rob Sanchez to get it moving.
But Bob was the one who instrumented it from the first place. He's the one that got the ball rolling.
And then
to get that.
obviously the people now, as you say, John Vaughan and Stav Ross and all that. No, it's brilliant, and that's what we've needed. But we still need more.
Yeah.
And it's a start, and it's looking good. There's a buzz around the club at the moment. I'm one of the biggest critics. I have a moan and groan about this and that when things are not going right. But there's a buzz around it, the club. It's giving you a feel good factor, and everybody should be jumping on it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, I suppose the Dyad supporters have got a little bit of responsibility on them as well, to try and encourage other people to come down, because there are other people in all our lives who could potentially be supporters if we can talk them into coming. You know what I mean? You know, people even there that people who we work with, people who we know, people who we conversate with, people who we bump into in town and all that. There are other people in everybody's lives who could be coming down the county. So I suppose it could be a matter of we could be doing it ourselves. Whatever happened to the season ticket booklets that we used to get? Obviously you used to get offers and things like that and a couple of freebies, but there would always be a ticket for select games for you to bring a mate for free, which could be something that could help. What it takes is one game to get the bug. It's what it took for me, it's what it took for a lot of people who go in there.
But let's not forget what the community football thing brings with Norman Parcell and his staff. They do a fantastic job with the schools and everything, and I have noticed a lot more younger kids coming in now, bringing their mums and dads, and again that's down to the football community. And what a brilliant job they do as well.
Absolutely.
And not forgetting my mate Brian Anthony and
Danny Elliott.
Happy birthday, Danny.
Happy birthday, mate.
What a fantastic they done. There's a buzz around the club.
Yeah.
And we should be all jumping on it and enjoying it, because there will be bad times, like any football club. But
and we've had our fair share of them, and so not many more on the horizon for us. But okay, so like I say, we're en route to Port Vale. Get back onto the game now and end the video with who we think the first 11 should be, and I'm going to kick it off with the obvious Joe Day as a starting goalkeeper. imagine it's going to be 5-3-2 as it has been. So are you looking at Forbes, Pipe or Kiana Marsh-Bryan as the right back today?
Oh yeah, definitely Pipey.
Pipe.
If he's fit and ready, definitely Pipey. And then Franks, Demetrius and Scott Bennett, who I think is having a brilliant season.
Yeah.
And then obviously Dan Butler.
Dan Butler on the left, yeah.
Into midfield, I would definitely start with Sheehan. Here we go now, I'm going to have some comments now. His name is Backerson.
Bakinson. I actually managed to pull Lee Johnson to one side on Tuesday night because he was here to watch the Bristol City boys, and I asked him, is it Backinson or Bakinson? He told me it was Bakinson. So
Sheehan, Backinson, and Matty Doland, who I think the last 2 or 3 games is starting to show his ability.
Most improved player so far for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to agree with that midfield 3, 100%.
And then up front, definitely Harris if he's fit,
and obviously Hammond.
and Hammond.
Yeah, 100%.
And welcome to the new lad, and hope he's on the bench.
Yep. Cameron Pring. I wonder if he's any relation to the ex-director. Don't know. Probably not, but there we go. Worth pointing out. But there we go. Yeah, thanks all for watching.
3-1.
Oh yeah, score prediction
3-1.
I'm saying 2-0.
3-1, Big Phil.
Lloyd thinks 3-1. So 3-1, 2-0. We're going to win by 2 goals today, by the looks of it, guys. Thanks all for watching.
And also, congratulations to Lizzie Day and Joe Day on the arrival of their if and when it comes. Twins.
I believe they're due next February.
Congratulations to them both.
Yeah, congrats guys, if you're watching of course. But yeah, thanks all for watching, and for those of you going to the game, we'll see you up there. Cheerio for now, and as always,
Port!